Welcome to Coatingscast, the ultimate podcast dedicated to the science, art, and innovation of liquid and fluid applied roofing, coatings for surfaces, and waterproofing. It's time to roll up our sleeves, put on our lab coats, and dive headfirst into the world of liquid protection that keeps your roofs and surfaces in prime condition. The future is here, and it's liquid, so don't miss out. This is Coatingscast, where every drop counts in the world of roof and surface protection.
Hello and welcome to Coatings Talk from Coatings Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth and we're here today to talk about the importance of research and potential purchase of products for your construction business. And for coatings contractors, this is even more important. There is so many options and really strong products that you need to know about. So we have asked the expert Ben Seven to come and visit with us about a specific resource online that can really help you answer questions and possibly change a little bit of your purchasing options. So, Ben, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Heidi. Looking forward to the discussion. And yeah, I mean, you hit it off there perfectly. I think that that's one of the struggles that contractors have out there today is to find an adequate, trustworthy resource, and not just somebody that's peddling products out there for them to try to make money, and that in the
Exactly.
end, it's about providing a space for contractors to find what they need and make it seamless and easy for them to get on to their next job. So,
And that's exactly with Coatings Coffee Shop. These are the type of resources we're looking to find to bring to the contractors where they can go. It's all about this awesome online community that we're all putting together. But Ben, let's start out. If you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your experience in the industry.
yeah, so I have 18 years of experience. We'll just round it to 20 because it sounds better. But
There you go.
yeah, 20 years of experience. Got started in the floor coating industry, and I've done thousands upon thousands of square foot of flooring, a lot of residential jobs, commercial jobs, things like that. And one of the struggles obviously for people, especially 15, 20 years ago, was the ability to find a good supplier for whatever products. It didn't matter if it was the floor coating or the application tools or prep equipment. Like all of that stuff, it was hard
Yeah.
to find a good supplier. So yeah, so I mean, working through the industry here, you know, got into several different areas of selling floors and whatnot, and then, e-commerce kind of has been booming lately. So introduced shopthepsc.com, which is a space for these contractors that, like I was, struggling to try to find good products and services. So it can be a marketplace, but a resource and just a place to where, again, it was created for professionals, by professionals here, and again, that's my journey has taken me, through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of product failures, a lot of job failures and callbacks and things like that. So I understand what everybody goes through on a daily basis to try to put
Yeah.
bread on their table, so to speak, at night. So, and do a good job. I think that's the other thing is if you're a tradesperson and the main thing you want to do is leave the job feeling good that you did a good job, right? Because that's going to lead to callback, or, to referrals and things like that. That's going to grow your business. So, and part of that is choosing the right products, and having the right products in your tool belt, so to speak, to do that job correctly and doing it right the first time. So, yeah, I mean, I could talk for a while about all the things that I've done in the past, but yeah, I'm excited to talk about shopthepsc.com as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and PSC stands for Project Solutions Center, which I love that name. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about this online community with Project Solutions Center and how contractors can start using it?
Yeah, I think starts with the name, like you said, is, we look at, anytime a contractor is going to sell a job, there's a project to be done. And that project take several steps, right? And each project can be different. And so that's where the solution comes in. Like if when you go to shopthepsc.com, it's going to be easy to navigate through the solution you're looking for, because that's the big thing about shopping online. Is you don't have a lot of time to do that when you're a contractor. You're spending a lot of your time either selling jobs, traveling to the job, setting up the job, or actually doing it, right? And so when it comes to the product purchases and trying to find the right solution for that project or job, you want to make that seamless and easy. And so we saw an opportunity to go about this a little bit differently, because the competitor sites that are out there are very product focused. So
Mhm.
it might be, hey, this is a specific primer that you need, or hey, for a roofing contractor, this is, the elastomeric. And I think if you look at the totality of what's needed for a project or a job, that's where Shop the PSC comes in to make it easy to say, I can get everything I need for that job in this space, and I can do it literally with my thumb on my phone.
Right, with right there, fast.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
and we are an Amazon age, right? We all are used to Amazon, and I mean, I probably use it too much at this point because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I need that. Oh, I'm just gonna go order. Boom." But that's how we all think right now, and putting that out there, and Ben, I'd like to touch on the difference between, like you said, 20 years ago to today. I started in the industry 30 years ago, and it is totally different today in how we purchase, and not just in business, but in our own personal lives. So Project Solution Center really kind of hits that need. But let's just talk about how that evolution of how people have changed, and really how much we're depending upon the internet now for research and purchasing.
Yeah, it's research and purchasing, like you said. I think a lot of it is being done mobilely now, right? Like you think of contractors having an office. Um, what has changed from 20 years ago is that you would have to go back to your office, make the phone calls. You might have to make trips to 5, 6 different, vendors of choice, or, suppliers of choice, where now you can literally do that in your truck on your phone. And as we thought creating, shopthepsc.com, it was all about that. Like, you need to have the tools to be able to make that decision. You need to have the inspirational content to say, hey, this is something that I'm curious about. Like, maybe I'm only a residential painter and I've only done horizontal or vertical surfaces. Thinking about, yeah, I often get asked about doing floors. Well, in the past, I would have to make phone calls. I'd have to do all of that. You could literally do that on shopthepsc.com or in other internet sites. Yeah, the evolution of the internet and Amazon has changed the games, and that's what we're trying to bring to the market here.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what inspired you to really take the time to put this together, because we all know that this takes some time to research, resource, build, continue to maintain, but I know you are very passionate about contractors having this kind of option.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, in the end, it is exact kind of see what I was the situation I was just going through before is contractors are often trying to find solutions. There's solutions that might be a better price, it might be a better product, it may be something that they're continually being asked for by their customers,
Yeah.
of something that, hey, you did such a good job with this, and it might be the patio that, a concrete guy that did, a stain or something on the patio. I'd really like that done, in my basement, or I'd like that done in my garage, or um, you know, just adding to services so that, you know, it, again, it makes you more valuable as a contractor. But the point is it's really hard to find that unless you set aside time to do it, or you make phone calls, or, you rely on industry experts. Again, we tried to take that and say, there's a way to simplify this and put it all in one space, right? So you can go to a website and you can have all of those resources. You can be inspired. You can have all the documents you need, right? Sometimes it's following a specification. Sometimes it's just about industry trends or it's about regulations. I talk about this a lot, but the government forces regulations and that forces innovation for paint companies. Like they have to come up with lower VOCs or they have to come up with something that has more sustainability. And those are all marketing things you can do, yourself. You can highlight those trends or those regulations to sell more jobs to say, hey, I have a resource that I can go to and I can find new products. I can find, new things, like I said, and that really, you know, from the research point, that's why Shop the PSC, was created. And then now we're not even talking about the logistical things, right? The logistical things of contractors run missions. So you have to go pick up this, you have to pick up that, you got to go it might be six different, stops, and what we're trying to do is say you can get all of those things again with a few clicks and have it delivered to your job site or delivered to your business, whatever that is. And so that to me, that's the inspiration is trying to ease the process of finding information, being inspired, staying up to date on regulations, and then making sure that you have an easy ordering process.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So let's talk a little bit about the types of products and tools, right? What can contractors find on Project Solution Center?
Yeah, so first off, we focus on products that fit things that contractors are looking for. They want products that are easy to use, that are consistent, that give you consistent results every time you do it, and the value is there from a price standpoint. And then also they can get on to their next job quicker. Like those things like are all key elements for contractors out there because I don't want to, when I was doing this every single day, like the last thing I wanted to do is have a question about whether or not the product was going to cure in the amount of time that it was supposed to,
Right.
or hey, this is really finicky from an application standpoint. Like I got to make sure it's on the right thickness and oh, temperature and humidity and all of that. Like I mean, it's sometimes it's really tough to find the sweet spot on those products. We've done all that research for you. So we're only going to be offering products that are, high quality. We have a lot of Rust-Oleum products on the site, and Rust-Oleum to us is one of those. Again, over the years of us using products, would be the one that we felt most consistent. It hits that premium, performance with the right price, and so anything from concrete repair, to floor coatings, to primers, to paint, to roof coatings, and then all the application tools that are needed for those things, for those type of products we have available as well.
Including sprayers and rollers and everything?
Yep. So no, we don't have the HVLP sprayers on the site quite yet. We got to find the right partner for that one. But
I like it.
that's the beauty of doing this is and e-commerce is we're not dealing with shelf space that we have to worry about. We're dealing
Right.
with, an endless aisle. So it's about us choosing the right products to put up products, application tools, all of that on the site. So the best thing is if you sign up for the newsletter, you create an account on shopthepsc.com, you'll stay up to date with all of that stuff.
Yeah. And I love that in the fact that you are taking the time to really look for the right partners, look for the right equipment, the right tools, um, because that takes a little bit out of it for the contractors. They build trust and they know that when they go there, you've taken the time to do a lot of that vetting up ahead. I think that's key. But we all know contractors are a relationship all about relationships. So, how does PSC really provide that support to the customers? And I know you do it. You bridge that virtual plane. That's what we try to do at Coatings Coffee Shop every single day. But how are you providing that support?
Yeah, it's all about service, Heidi. I think that's the name of the game. When it's hard to create that in person. You can't stop by the old paint store and go, "Hey, John, how's it going today? How are the kids?" And have a cup of coffee. Those days, I think that's what the internet has allowed us to do in e-commerce is to bring that element to a site. So Shop the PSC, again, it was founded by professionals and we understand that touch point. So service is key. There are product experts standing by to answer questions, to walk through any project that you have, any sort of problem that you're trying to find a solution for. We're going to be able to provide that expert knowledge to you, give you a product recommendation, and then on the back end of it, when you need something, when you need documentation, or you need this product to be there at a certain point, we're going to do everything we can, to make sure that we get the product there and in the time that it needs. You place an order, that thing is going to ship, next day. That is you know, Amazon has changed the game. I wish I could say a few hours, but we'll keep working on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do PSC Prime or something like that. But it's that level of service and that commitment, because we know we've been in the trenches. We understand that every minute matters, and you can't spend a lot of time tracking down an order, or worrying, oh, is this going to show up? We understand that pain point, and that is part of the premium service commitment that we have. So,
Yeah. Well, and I think it's really good for us to bring out that there are big differences. Yeah, Amazon's Amazon, right? And we're in our personal lives, we're ordering from it. But it's really different when you are looking to be someplace where it is very specific to what you need for your everyday business, for your everyday job. And I think I know contractors and business owners are very much about, hey, I can go to one place. I don't have to search all over this huge, gigantic area. I mean, even I'm going to say, even when you're talking about the Home Depots and some of those different folks, right? There's just so much. Whereas the Project Solutions Center really focuses in and allows contractors to get what they need without, I guess, being so overwhelmed.
that's right. I think, you're gonna find, the products that we choose, to have on the site. Again, not about opening up 10,000 things. Like, that's what Granger is for.
Right.
That's what Uline is for. Some of those other sites that really focus on, you know, um, facility maintenance. The stuff that we have is stuff that you're going to be able to use, and either homeowners or commercial building managers are looking for, in searching for, specifically in the paint or paint related market segments. So, in the end, it's good. It should be very easy based on, again, top line navigation. It's the solutions that we provide. It's the
Yeah.
things that they're looking for. It's not so much product based, like I said, that other sites go after. I think the point is you get everything you need for those specific market segments right there on shopthepsc.com. So,
Right, and in an easy, seamless experience. I think that's key to
yep.
what you're saying too. Everything you need, but with the support. I just think that's so important, right? Of industry professionals who understand what's going on.
Yeah, and similar to the coffee shop here, I think you bring in industry professionals, and the reason it works is because, you know, again, running my own business, I want to leverage, other people and their experiences and what they recommend. I don't want to try to figure that out on my own and do
Yeah.
a trial and error, because trial and error is out of my own pocket then at that point. And so I want to go to industry professionals. I want to have something that is, tried and true and trusted out there. And I think that's the great part of shopthepsc.com is you're going to get it's not something that we have that we're asking you to test out. It's something we've proven and
Right.
it works, right? And then at the end of the day, it's like you said, that seamless ordering process so that I can do it from my truck, my van, from the job site, and I don't have to make 10 phone calls. I don't have to make 6 trips. I can do it all right there
Right.
in a matter of in as few clicks as possible. I've said that to the team as we were developing this. Like, what I want is for, John Contractor to be able to go within the least amount of clicks to hit buy, because
Right.
that's the perfect. That's what Amazon is so good at, right?
Yeah.
You find what you need, you hit buy now, and I want 6 of them, right?
And you're set. And you're set. And,
Yeah,
really, when you think about and I love what you're saying about the online communities, right? I think that those online communities like Coatings Coffee Shop, like PSC, um, really are bringing contractors to a place that fits their business. And 50% of our traffic is mobile. So,
yeah,
and I'm assuming yours is even higher probably.
yeah.
Because that's where contractors are buying on the go that quick.
Yep, yep, exactly. It is. It's taking, again, it's taking the old school method even 20 years ago, like I said, of having to go back to the shop to put together the orders and make the phone calls. It's just putting it right there in your hand, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, so you also offer some fun things. You can get a discount on your first order. You have your e-news that goes out. We're talking about, I'm assuming, specials and different things that are happening. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so if you, again, you go to shopthepsc.com, and you create an account, sign up for the newsletter, you're gonna immediately receive a 10% off your first order. So you go to the site, you put in you put your order in, you put the coupon code in, and you'll get your 10% off. Ongoing throughout the year, those newsletters are just a wealth of knowledge for you. Again, I touched on a few things about industry trends, regulations, new product launches, things like that. You're going to stay up to date with, and we oftentimes throughout the year will be putting together promos. So you can get a hot buy on something. It might be a sealant, or it might be the aerosol line that we have on site. We might have a buy at some point on that. Usually around the seasons, the
Yeah.
change of the seasons will have promos. There's 2 times a year, the commercial industrial spaces, they have, break fix times where they have shutdowns. So that's 4th of July and around Christmas time. So you're going to
Yeah.
get, good buys. If you'll only know though if you sign up for the newsletter. So
With the newsletter. And,
yeah,
really, when you think about this, what a great opportunity to also stock your warehouse.
that's right.
Right? Because a lot of what is on Project Solution Center is things that should be in everybody's truck every single day, right?
Mm,
And so taking that, watching that e-news and newsletter and getting a chance to stock your warehouse with a good deal, that's a great thing. But if you need it right away, you got that too.
yeah, and to the point on that too is, that was another, pain point, just going through and ordering product. If you're going to do it by job, you can certainly do that. Understand that cash is king, in small businesses. But when you think of, buying in bulk, as you said, there are deals. Certainly, we have quoted prices that we can give on big buys like that, for sure. As I said, there's people standing by, to chat, or you can give us a call, email, whatever that is, and we can work out a deal that works for you. So
Yeah. Whatever's the easiest.
yeah,
Because that's what you're doing right there. You're making life easy.
that's right. Yep.
I love it. Now say the website one more time.
Yeah, shopthepsc.com.
That's what I thought. That okay.
Yep.
I wanna make sure everybody had that. And you can also find that, of course, on the Project Solution Center directory on, Coatings Coffee Shop. So look for it there. You can get all the information. I know you're probably driving listening to this right now, but you can find all of this on Coatings. You can pop out your phone right
Yeah.
now and get on there. So,
Yeah.
Ben, thank you. This has been excellent. Thank you so much.
Well, Heidi, I appreciate the invite. I appreciate the promotion of shopthepsc.com. I love what you guys are doing to create, this community for contractors to share ideas, and as I said, to build trust in products or services. It's great what you're doing. So
Sounds great. Thank you. And I love what you're doing for the industry. I mean, this is the kind of e-commerce that we need. And this is going forward and really bringing it back to the industry where people can have faith and relationships and trust. That is key in construction, as we all know. So
great.
thank you again. And thank you all for listening. Please check out the Project Solutions Center directory. Get all of your information there. Get online, check it out, signed up for the e-newsletter. It is going to help your business for sure. Also, be sure to check out all of our Coatings Talk podcasts on your favorite podcast channel. Be sure to subscribe and set those notifications or listen to it right online at coatingscoffeeshop.com. And we'll be seeing you next time on Coatings Talk.
Thanks for joining us on this coating adventure. Stay tuned for more episodes, and in the meantime, be sure to follow us on social media to stay updated with all things roof coatings. Until next time, stay coated. For more information, go to coatingscoffeeshop.com.